Hey, good morning, everybody, for episode 11 of ITHive Saturday morning tech show. I wanted to build a little bit on last week's conversation. We were talking about the role of people and technology. And I gotta say, sorry for my hair. It's haircut time. But just a little update on the move. We're done. We're moved now. Just a little bit of a settling in period. And I can concentrate on other things. Moving's always tough. But so anyway, the good thing is we're here, and we're business is still going. Family's all moved, and we're in a position to help my parents when they get older. So, a little personal update. Anyway, back to the subject at hand. Last week we talked about the role of people and the role of technology when delivering services. And just to recap a little bit on that, we were discussing what should be done by computer systems and what should be done by people. And just to build a little bit on that, I've got a little bit of an experience that was a little bit eye-opening this week and a little frustrating for us, and it had to do with my move. But it underlined a point that I want to address here. So we were dealing with a company to help us with the move, and I'm not going to name who they are. It's not really relevant to the story. However, So they have a computer system online, like most companies do, where you can manage your order and whatnot. And it's great for initially booking stuff, but if you have to change something, for some reason you got to call the office, right? Now, here's where things broke down, okay? So I call them to make a modification to what I had originally done online, right? And this is not the first time I experienced this when I've had to call this company, but on the phone, the people that they have behind the system were horrible. Just extremely frustrating to deal with. And my point here is that with a little bit of foresight, their computer system that they built could have easily managed me changing my order, right? This is what computers are really good at, a 1 and 0 decision, okay? Somebody wants to change this at this time. Is it available? Yes or no? Let them do it. No, it's all easy, right? They have the annoyance of having to call somebody and then that person doesn't really know what they're doing, and the frustration. It's just ridiculous, right? So backtracking a little bit on what we talked about last week, but here's the point I want to make. Overall, when you're delivering services to clients, right, you got to look at both those equations, okay? What things about this service are we going to handle with technology? What things about this service are we going to handle with people? Okay? And I think the litmus test for this is that if the decision-making process is clear, if it's either a yes or a no, right, then let technology deal with it. If the process in the business needs to be addressed by a situational, customer service type, touchy-feely, emotional thing or a helping thing or something like that, then let people do that. But the really important thing is when you have people in the front line, let those people be smart, good customer service folks, right? Because if they're not, right, you're going to be losing customers. And the thing that all businesses should be conscious of is that a lot of the times you do not hear from your clients that they're unhappy. They just go somewhere else. And I have been so disappointed by this company. I was prepared to actually be paying them a monthly fee every month for storage costs, and they have disappointed me so much that I am actually going to look for another solution, and they will not get that revenue now. So, drop in the bucket for them, but one less customer, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that's gone that way. And it's important that we know these things. So I guess the underlying message here is that people have a role in delivering services, and technology has a role in delivering services. And when we put these things together, we have to do it right. We have to understand what needs to be done with technology and what needs to be done by people. Okay. It's just a no-brainer. And as time goes on, and as we move forward with these things, right, and technology matures, and there's more systems, more people doing things online, more systems, more services being delivered like this, people's expectations are also going to grow, right? And those companies that don't have it together, right, are not going to succeed. So anyway, that's that. So the other thing I wanted to mention a little bit about the business and what ITHive.org does, just a little bit of a shout out to that. If you're a business, or if you're someone who needs their technology to be working all the time, and you're worried that that might not be happening, or there's issues or concerns or so, well, the solution I'm offering really addresses that. And even if you have staff, or know how to do certain things, the thing that it would be important here is that the service that I offer, I can offer it just as a monitoring service. So if we're talking about looking after the health of your system, your antivirus software, making sure that's working, right, your backup, and make sure that's working, all that, right, and you want to do a lot of that other stuff yourself, right, well, we're talking $17 to $25 Canadian a month for that service per computer. And we are more than willing to guide and teach you to be independent. So you don't need our labor time to take care of these things, right? Every client's different, and every client has different needs. We want to empower people, right? So we actually measure that, the amount of labor being used by a client, and our goal is to bring that down over time, right? Because if we're achieving that, right, then we're moving in the right direction. It's a sign for us as a company we're doing the right things. We're empowering that client and helping them become familiar and confident with their technology, so that they can succeed, right? A lot of people, this happens all the time, right? They're using technology. They think everything's good and everything's fine, and but in the background, they have the sleeping giant. And in today's world, that sleeping giant could be, criminal activity, and you'd never know it. And that is what scares, or it should be a concern actually for people, right? So, just, it's really not a lot of money, $17 to $25 a month, right? And you're protected, you're secure, you don't have to worry about it, right? And I do have clients that actually use very, very little labor time from me, and there's actually clients that are actually accumulating time, because of course with your plan, you do get some free time from me, and it accumulates and never expires. So if you never use labor from us, then you're building up a bank automatically. And and the reason we do that is we know technology is what it is, right? It doesn't always work. And no matter what you do, no matter what you put in place, one day it's going to fail you. You should always expect that, right? And be prepared for that. But not only that, you have to make sure that your preparation, the things you have in place, are going to be there when you need them, right? And that's what we do. So anyway, we'll make this one a little bit short this week. It's been tough. I'm happy the move is over. Yesterday was our first day not moving things. Shout out to, the family and everyone that helped out. Not the company we were frustrated with, but everyone else. So anyway, I'm going to end it here. And thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. If you're a customer, if you're not a customer, right? Hey, reach out, right? We don't do any contracts or anything like that. It's a month-to-month service. If you're not happy with what we're giving you, then I have no problem with professionally parting ways with that, right? I only want customers that value the service that we offer, right? And if it's not a fit, I'm okay with that too, right? Hopefully I understand why it's not a fit, and we can work to do better. But I'm happy to say most of my clients stay all the time, right? So you should check it out. See, there's really is a different and a better way of doing things, and that's what we're offering. All right. So sorry about the little scallywag look. Sorry, that is a reference from the Volvo Ocean Race, which I do follow as well. So those guys, big champs. But when you're racing around the world, there's not enough in time. You end up looking like this. Well, at least I shaved. But anyway, all right, moving on. We'll talk to you, everyone, next week, okay? Or even sooner. All right. Contact page on the website is an easy way to get a hold of us, or right here on Facebook, anywhere, YouTube, Twitter, whatever. We'll respond whatever way you communicate to us. All right. Over and out. We'll see you next week. See you. Bye.